Nerd Room Public Access Television, home of Boomer the Nerd, presents. Just how bad exactly can this coloring book be? It's geeking time. Thank you so much for coming back and joining me on another adventure on my channel. Guys, I was supposed to do this video last January, and a lot of things, I guess, got placed ahead of this. So I did 2 bootleg coloring books last year, and I thought it would be fun to do another one, but I don't know, I guess because I did those 2, it was a lot, and I put some other stuff ahead of this one. And I don't know what happened, but last 2022, sorry, we're in 2023 now, but 2022 just became so ridiculously busy with a lot of things, especially like personal life reasons. Things just got really busy that this coloring book, for some reason, just kept getting pushed more and more to the back of the pile. And at the back of my mind, I always kept saying to myself, this is going to be a fun video to do. I did have a lot of fun doing the Evil Dead and the Friday the 13th bootleg coloring books. And I'll be fairly honest with you guys. I do want to get some more bootleg coloring books of horror properties sometime in the future, because those are really cool. I do want to start coloring in them, because even though it's bootleg, it's still kind of neat to see what these people chose as photos to put together in a coloring book. But with this coloring book here, I actually have had this, I believe, since I think 2019 or 2020. Maybe about 2020. So I don't know why I kept putting this one at the back and the back and the back of the pile, especially with the fact that I love Godzilla so much. So today's goal, we're going to talk about this Godzilla bootleg knockoff coloring book. Like I did with those other coloring books I did last year, the Evil Dead and Friday the 13th. I'm going to open up the coloring book page by page. We'll take a look at it, and at the end of the video, find out if this is worth it, or if, like the other 2, it's so bad that it's great. So, with that being said, I got this off of Amazon. I believe when I did pick this up originally, it only cost me like, I think $6 or $7 maybe. It was actually a friend who picked up for me that I paid them back for it. But yeah, $6 or $7 for this. It was not that bad. I don't know if you can still get this on Amazon. There's probably a whole slew of Godzilla bootleg coloring books at this point. And so I was like, yeah, it's a great price. Let me grab that. And because I'm such a big Godzilla fan, and I feel like I don't do enough Godzilla on my channel, I feel like Godzilla does not get enough love on my channel. Godzilla is one of my, I would say top 3 favorite properties ever. So it gives me a reason to make a Godzilla video at the same time. So that being said, let's stop yapping and get right into this bootleg coloring book. Alright, so there is the front of the book, like you saw in the, leading up to me doing this. I had to take the stand away. It does show you a couple of photos that are potentially in the coloring book. So there's a version of the Japanese franchise Godzilla, sorry. And this looks to be more of the legendary Godzilla. I'm not quite certain because the photo is kind of pixelated. And then when you take a look at the back, there's a pic of Godzilla in the ocean, and then there's more pics back here. I believe these are from the comic books. And if I'm not mistaken, these photos are all used from the comic books. So right off the bat, if it's all pics that they have used from the comic books, I'm going to be pretty happy with that. Now, the only thing is that if the pictures inside are all completely pixelated, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But I digress. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes. So, when you open the book, you're greeted with Godzilla coloring book. Okay, so the first photo is Godzilla rampaging through the city. It's a pretty decent picture. It is not very pixelated, so that's good. The next one is Godzilla with, it says Godzilla, so you can tell it's Godzilla. And there's Godzilla in the forefront with King Ghidorah in the background. So far, so good. Oh, there's interesting photo. Is this from Shin Godzilla? Next page. I think there's a lot more pages than the other comic books, coloring books, I mean. This seems to be Godzilla from Planet Godzilla, the anime. Don't hate me on this, but I've actually never watched those ones. I don't know, there was something about them. I saw the trailers. I wasn't really too big into it. I did start watching Godzilla Singular Point, so that one's actually pretty decent so far. And then we got Mecha Ghidorah destroying Godzilla. So far, so good with this comic book, guys. All right, now we got another one here. We got, looks like, wow, there's so many in here. Godzilla with a whole bunch of, I mean, are they all supposed to be Batra? That's what it looks like to me. I cannot exactly tell you. These look like they're little baby Mothras. Or I mean, I should say the Mothra larvae. But these just look all like Batras. I don't know if they're supposed to be Batras or if they're supposed to be the, what are they called? The characters from the 2014 Godzilla movie. I'm not sure if that's what they're supposed to be. I'm not going to scratch my head and continue scratching my head over it. So we'll move on to the next page. And I'm getting ahead of myself. There we go. Okay, so there's Godzilla up in flames. I think he probably lit a big old fatty. And well, there's High Godzilla. I don't know. I'm trying to make some comedy, guys. So far, the pages are pretty decent. There's another one. It looks like Godzilla from the Monsterverse, the Legendary. This looks like somebody sketched it for the coloring book, but did a pretty good job on it. That's a cool photo. I'm not going to lie. And we got Godzilla crashing through the city with an onomatopoeia behind him. This is definitely from the comic book. I'll tell you that right now. What next? Come on, stupid pages. There we go. Oh, this one's sideways. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Came into this video with low hopes. And so far, I'm like, this is not bad. Another cool pic of Godzilla with King Ghidorah. All right. Oh, another side view. Not quite sure what they were trying to go for with this one. Seems like you got Shin Godzilla fighting against the Monsterverse Godzilla. Interesting choice, to say the least. Okay, scratching my head on that one too. There's another side one. It looks like Godzilla's coming out of the water, but if you ask me, looks like Godzilla's basically taking a bath. Godzilla's all clean for the day. When Godzilla has a long day stomping through the city, he too needs to take a bath. He does. It looks like the evolution of Godzilla, but that's not very clear. Still cool nonetheless. I guess I can just like dark it up and add some shading. That'd be neat. Let's continue on. There's a lot of pages in here. I didn't realize how many pages there are. There's another whole slew of Godzillas. That's pretty cool. Godzilla again. I'm trying to put some commentary and try to be funny, but okay, there's a pixelated photo. Not exactly sure what they're trying to do with this one here. That's definitely pixelated. Then we got, I guess this is Godzilla fighting against Zilla from the 1998 film. Have you guys ever seen the 1998 Godzilla movie, the first attempted reboot for North America? That was a piece of shit, that movie. I heard a lot of people say that movie was better than the 2014 movie. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. 98 Godzilla. It's what made me not like Godzilla when I was a kid. But then as I got older, you know, of course I got into other Godzilla stuff and, oh, whatever. Okay, here's another one from the comic book. Pretty neat. I swear, there's so many pages in here. I don't know how many there are in here. Then there's a nice menacing photo of Godzilla right there. Cool. Could be from Godzilla GMK. There's a classic looking Godzilla. Oh, another sideways view of Godzilla. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Come on, there we go. There's what we see on the back of the coloring book. Godzilla in the water, under the sea. Under the sea. No, I'm not going to start singing that for copyright. Plus, it's not a Disney property. There we got Godzilla with a whole slew of them. I can tell you there's Rodan, there's Mothra. Who am I missing? Baragon, I believe that's down there. And yeah, am I missing anybody? I might be blind, but Batra's in here. Cool. Oh, Godzilla in Hell. That's the cover for number 4 of Godzilla in Hell. That's fun and very, very random. I guess they like that cover the most out of all the Godzilla in Hell ones. All right, then. Okay, there's our big old kaiju again. Oh, there's another picture of Godzilla being high as hell. Oh, another sideways. Who we got going on here? Oh boy, we got a whole bunch of Godzillas in here. Space Godzilla, Zilla from 2018, Monsterverse Godzilla. We got Toho Godzilla, and we got Mecha Godzilla. That's cool. Pretty dang neat. Bring it down to another Godzilla being menacing again. I feel like this coloring book is never ending, guys. There's another photo of Godzilla. There's somebody who's lost all hope, and Godzilla's right behind them. Little does he know that Godzilla, sorry, I'm sweating. Godzilla is actually going to stomp on him because Godzilla gives 0 Fs. 0 Fs given by Godzilla. Trust me, I forgot which film it is, but there's that one film where Godzilla legitimately smacks his tail into a building of a hospital. I don't need to explain it. You should probably look that up. Godzilla using his atomic blast to the city, adding insult to injury, basically. It's another menacing photo of Godzilla. And there's Godzilla fighting. Not sure what he's fighting. It's Batra again, maybe? It looks like. I have no idea what they decided with this one. But I digress. I'm moving along in this never-ending coloring book. You guys tell me who this is, because I don't remember Godzilla fighting a Firebird. Not unless it was the Godzilla, the animated series. 90s. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. I have no idea. Oh, mutated Toucan Sam. That's what it looks like. Then we got another of Godzilla smashing through the city. A lot of those in this coloring book. I keep calling it a comic book. I don't know why. It's because they keep using photos from the comic books. That's why. Forgive me for not calling it the right thing. There's another sideways photo of Godzilla fighting a dragon. This might be from a comic book. So I haven't read too many Godzilla comic books. We got Godzilla again. I'm believing again this is another one from a comic book. If you guys know where these things are from, let me know down below because that would help me a lot. I'm a big Godzilla fan, but if I have not read the comic books, this looks like it's Godzilla versus King Kong, but somebody just sketched up their own version of Godzilla versus Kong. All right. Again, Godzilla versus King Kong versus... It's our flying turtle friend, Gamera. Apparently he made an appearance in the coloring book. Because, you know, Gamera is so synonymous with Godzilla. Well, he is, but they've never fought each other. There's another comic book page. A lot of those in here, like I said. Oh, I told you. Godzilla gives 0 Fs. He's about to stomp and crush this guy. This guy's just watching him. He's contemplating his life decisions as the big old foot of Godzilla is about to stomp down on him. And the last thing he ever thought to himself was, why did I decide to make the last movie I ever watched, Cats? True story. True story. Okay, so we got a sexy looking Godzilla. When I say sexy looking, I mean he's trying to be very regal in this one. Okay. Oh, there's Godzilla, King of the Monsters comic book, fighting a big old beetle thing. For the all-terrain-chula. Okay, so this thing is called Terrain-chula. That would give my wife nightmares, that's definite. So hopefully we get onto something else in here that has no nightmare fuel. There we go. So a photo of Godzilla himself. Okay. It's another sideways photo. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Looks like Godzilla versus Godzilla again. There's a few of those in here as well. People are trying to make their own dream versions of Godzilla fighting himself. There's another one of Godzilla. Looks like the Monsterverse version. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. We're almost through this coloring book, actually. That's a neat pick. That is really neat. I think so far that's my favorite out of all of them. That's really cool. Then we got, oh, Space Godzilla stomping through London, because apparently that's what Space Godzilla did in the movie. Unless it's from the comic books. I have no idea. I got another shot of Godzilla. Stomp. I guess his foot is on. Is that King Ghidorah? Looks like it could very well be Ghidorah. And then that's it. After that are just some blank pages and then the barcode. And we have ourselves, please stay, a Godzilla coloring book. Well, that's a fun coloring book. Let me get the stand back and prop him back up on the stand so we can talk a little bit about this comic book. Wow, again, I'm doing it. I'm doing it again. Coloring book. Coloring book, Boomer. You got to call it a coloring book. Oh, what is wrong with me? So, pretty decent looking coloring book. Some fun photos in here. But of course, it's not without its fault. There's a few in here that there are some questionable ones. That one about the one of Godzilla fighting King Kong, where it just looks like a generic dinosaur fighting King Kong. I feel like they just took that photo to generally put that in there. Here, I've been showing enough of the front. Let me. There we go. Let's put it on the back. See that photo now too. I will say that I do love the fact that, just like in the Evil Dead and the Friday the 13th coloring books, I love that a lot of photos in here are from Godzilla comic books. When I say that I have not read many Godzilla comic books, it's not because I just don't want to. So I haven't had the chance to read some of the Godzilla comics. I have quite a few issues of Godzilla in my collection. That's just me being a collector and collecting that kind of stuff. But I do actually want to take the time to sit down and read some Godzilla comic books. But that being said, there's one in here that I really did love a lot. I know that I said that one at the end was my favorite, but I got to show you guys. I think my favorite, I've got the coloring book off camera so that I can flip through very quickly and not have to see, not so that you guys don't have to see me struggling. I think my favorite is probably this one right here. It's not the fact that it's King Kong is in here or just some random gorilla. It's the fact that Gamera is in this with Godzilla. And if you're a kaiju fan, you're a Gamera fan, you're a Godzilla fan, one of the things that we've been wanting for all these years is really to see these two go at it in a movie. So I think that's probably why this is, apart from the other one, this is definitely my second favorite picture in this coloring book. I love Gamera, and I feel like I should get my hands on a Gamera coloring book, whether it be a bootleg or whatnot, but stuff that I can browse later on in my own time. So at the end of the day, I don't know if I said in the last video, 2 videos about those other coloring books. I'll say it now, I don't recommend or suggest them, only if you really are a true fan of those properties. This, however, if you do come across Amazon and you're able to get your hands on this coloring book, go for it. Like, go crazy, grab it. I think this is a fun coloring book, especially if you're a huge Godzilla fan. There's a lot of pages of Godzilla, and it's going to be a lot of fun for you to do. Definitely recommend it.
Godzilla versus his enemies of destruction, the king of all monsters, against the baddest beasts of all time, Rodan, Mothra, Ghidra, Mecha Ghidra, and Mecha Godzilla. It's an eye-flashing, tail-whipping, building-bashing Godzilla war, and only the strong survive. Godzilla rules.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's not something I normally do on my channel, and like I said, I kept pushing this back to the back of the pile when I did 2 bootleg coloring books last year, and I should have done this one as well. I'm out of here for the day. I think I'm gonna watch myself a Godzilla movie now. I've earned it. Love me that Godzilla. I don't know, I have a whole bunch of them on DVD and Blu-ray, so maybe I'll watch just one of those, or maybe I'll Google one and just watch it online. Okay. Please and thank you. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm getting closer to 500 subscribers, so I really appreciate all you guys supporting my channel. Click the bell to be notified whenever I drop some new videos. I also have been putting up some premieres lately, and I think it's kind of cool. It's helping out the get more views on the videos, and it's also letting you guys know what videos you guys can expect. So that's always fun. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys supporting my channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys in general. Thank you so much for being a friend of my channel. I'll be back again soon. And as always, guys, it's cool if it's nerd cool. Laters!